don't chew. We won't answer for everybody got cancer, but it's not tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that don't mean that's true. We won't answer for the process. The meat ain't right, the water ain't right. How it's first say we try, drop the lid. Stop being evil, I would kill that lid. Are we really in need or drink the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me, stay away to the ways of the world. No green, let's catch up, rule everything around me. Kids need juice like toxic juice, not smoking on juice from toxic fruits. If I don't know who makes these rules, cycle hate, generation of rage, get our minds off the case, break this, so change. Stress, and really push you. Pockets, big flavors in and out the coffee shop, house nicotine, leaning out of raw.
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
Give me a second, I'm loading up. Inviting guests out.
What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
Stop entertaining you, just in the court. You can make it off the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense noise. Now when they speak, nonsense noise. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Return you trying to teach them something. Education, gentrification, automation, high growth, that's slave ship. True empowerment, I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slaves drank, no play your face. Fantasy's what they want. Reality's what they need. Music changing loud, laughter out the ID. So stop being blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find a cause that's important to you. Stop over-sexualizing these youth. Lead from example, they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. The parents don't know and yes, it shows.
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
What are we teaching these youth, y'all? Y'all know I like this. I appreciate the young sister T making this for me. Putting me in the, making something positive for us.
What are we teaching these youth?
Y'all give me a second, I'm loading up. I'm loading up the video, y'all. Invite this. Please share this video with y'all, with others, please. Please like, subscribe, share this video for me. We're gonna break down this whole idea of a snitch. What is a government snitch? What is this? Oh, it's black on black crime because, you know, they're trying to put it back on us again, so I want to just talk about that.
What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
The state of the union and the state of the union is playing this seems to be the free still waters for deep trace backwards. Lay under layer, refill that. Amplify your voice, please don't shoot. We won't answer for everybody got cancer, but it's not tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that don't mean that's true. We won't answer for the process. The meat ain't right, the water ain't right. How it's first say we try, drop the lid. Stop being evil, I would kill that lid. Are we really in need or drink the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me, stay away to the ways of the world. No green, let's catch up, rule everything around me. Kids need juice like toxic juice, not smoking on juice from toxic fruits. If I don't know who
y'all invite your friends out.
Hate, generation of rage, get our minds off the case, break this, so change. Stress, and really push you. Pockets, big
One more
flavors,
second, we about to
shots, house nicotine, leaning out of raw.
ready this queen.
What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching?
That Facebook won't let me invite nobody. But this one over here should. Y'all know I be playing with this, trying to figure this whole thing out of what makes sense.
What are we teaching these youth?
Stop entertaining you, just in the court. You can make it off the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense noise. Now when they speak, nonsense noise. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Return you trying to teach them something. Education, gentrification, automation, high growth, that's slave ship. True empowerment, I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slaves drank, no play your face. Fantasy's what they want. Reality's what they need.
Trying to figure out how to invite people on this other page, but I'm about to come with
Stop being
it.
blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find a cause that's important to you. Stop over-sexualizing these youth. Lead from example, they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. The parents don't know and yes, it shows.
Gone off that sugar.
Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are they teaching these youth, y'all? Y'all hear that?
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice.
Alright, I'm just giving people a minute to load up, y'all. We're about to get started.
What are we teaching these youth? So long.
Yeah, I want to talk about once again they trying to yeah, I want to talk about wait a minute, not once again they trying to put it back on us. Oh, it's just black on black crime as usual, you know. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna talk about the analogy of a snitch. You know, what people be saying. So y'all know that our good brother Nipsey Hussle was murdered in front of his restaurant, not in front of his clothing store, the Marathon. So they also turned around and apprehended the person who they say did it. And it's going to be like open and close case. Black people did it to themselves once again. It's nobody else. No, all this conspiracy stuff. It's not us. It's the blacks that's killing themselves, you know. So I want to talk about that. I want to go in and let's talk about that, family. You know, what is the analogy of a snitch? Let's talk about that. Remember how when it first happened, I want to do a little critical thinking with y'all. So let's talk about when Nipsey Hussle first got murdered, his good friend came out and said, Nipsey Hussle out of his own mouth said, this guy's a snitch, right? He said, this guy is a snitch. So we don't want him around there and all of this. Y'all heard this, right? It's all in the news. This guy's a snitch. We don't want him around there. Get away. So he came back and shot Nipsey Hussle, right? Now, the whole snitch thing is disappearing. It's going into, it's gang related. That guy was a gang member. Nipsey Hussle was a gang member. You know, all of that stuff. So it's just black on black crime. That's all it is, right? So I want to break down the analogy of what is a snitch, y'all. Let's break it down a little bit and go into it if that's okay with y'all. So what is a government snitch? The government realized a long time ago, you know, the war on drugs and all of this stuff. They realized a long time ago, back in my days when I was a young guy, the people who was watching us would be the white people. They would have white government people coming in watching us. They would have white police officers sitting in cars on the corner of my block, you know, watching some of my homeboys, the OGs. You know, it was always white people watching us, and we would always see them. You know, one of my first jobs was to get paid. They would say, TJ, if you ever see white people sitting in the car, you call me or you come down here and you let us know, you say something. And then, you know, it was like, I'll give you $1, I'll give you $5. You know, like, for real? Really? $5 just for telling you when we see some white people? If they sitting in the car and you think they got a camera or they looking at me, let me know. Oh, okay. You gonna give me $5? Like all my little partners, we was riding around looking like, you see any white people? So that was back in the days when I was young, but they kept getting found out. So they realized this ain't working. We need some black people. We need to have some black people that can blend right in, that they can just come on in and nobody notice them and they can get close to these guys, right? So I was like, now all of a sudden there comes the need for them to hire black cops, black agents, right? So that's all of a sudden you start seeing they got black people coming in. We stopped seeing white people sitting in the cars at the corner now. When they stopped doing that, I remember one of my OGs saying, we ain't seen no white people out here in a long time. And something's definitely new, something going on that we may be missing. And then that's when all of a sudden it came up to be, okay, this may be some snitching coming around here. Somebody's going to be snitching. Somebody is in the group that's going to be telling, or some undercover black police officers. If they were black, we realized, I was told as a young person, if they black, they ain't going to be sitting in the corner watching no more. Y'all hear what I'm saying? They're going to be right here in the park with us, hanging out, playing basketball with us. They're going to be right here in the park playing baseball. They may be the soccer coach now. They may be the guy over there, the bum in the alley, the black bum, the black guy pretending to be the bum in the alley, sitting over there chilling, drink with his beer in his hand, because nobody pays attention to the bums. Nobody looks at that no more. Oh, it's just a bum. He's on crack. He's sitting there with a beer bottle in his hand, you know. And then all of a sudden my buddy told me, he said, TJ, this is what I want y'all to do. They set us down and they said, TJ, and the rest of my little partners, I want y'all to look at this like this. When you see the bum sitting in the alley, sitting over there drinking or something, I want you to look at him and see if he has a fresh haircut. I want you to look at their clothes and see if they dirty or are they new. I want you to look at their shoes, TJ. Do they got on some old raggedy shoes with big holes in them, like and super duper dirty? Then they okay. If they got on them raggedy shoes and they real dirty and they stink, they okay. Them is cool bums. But if you see somebody laying out with a beer bottle in his hand and he laying there like he drunk and he got on some brand new shoes, some clean jeans, a fresh haircut, and his beard is freshly groomed, that ain't a bum, TJ. I'm like, oh, wow, for real? Now, keep in mind, I'm young. I'm like, wow, are you serious? TJ, that's a police officer. I'm like, wow, are you serious? That blew my mind, right? That blew my mind. Like, that's a police officer, because we never look at bums. We always think that's a bum. He's no problem. And then one time it became real when the bum jumped up and ran over and pulled a gun on one of the OGs in the neighborhood as the police came swooping up down the street. It was the bum who jumped up and ran and grabbed my partner. Like, ooh, shit. Now, from that day forward, we was on high alert. It was bum checks. Check that bum over there. Check the crackhead guy. Make sure he's really a crackhead. Did you see him hit the pipe? Did you see him? Is there any alcohol in that bottle? Is he stinking? Is he stinking? Do he smell like he ain't took a shower in 2 months? Then he's a real bum. If he don't stink, he's a police officer, right? So we look at that type of stuff. I learned that at a very young age, family. So now they moved away from the bum in the alley to, okay, it's actually, they realized, they said, we're going to have to turn some of these people against each other. Back in the days when I was a younger guy, they said a snitch is someone, when a snitch got caught, nobody wanted to be a snitch, because if a snitch got caught, y'all remember they was going to cut his neck, right? That was the mark of a snitch or something. And they was going to kill him. Nobody was a snitch back in the days when I was younger, because they knew the hood rules was meaning they going to get murdered real quick if the homies found out you were a snitch, right? These OGs was not playing. They was going to kill a person, because blacks do not snitch on blacks. Blacks don't tell on each other. You know what I'm saying? So they was going to kill somebody if there was a snitch. So all of a sudden, years later, it started passing through, you know, and people started snitching, and it was just like, wow, why would they snitch? They know they're going to get killed. And then all of a sudden you find out that the guys who were actually snitching, you find out they live in these amazing lives. They got money now. They've been relocated over here 3 hours away to cities that's like 3 hours away and all of that. And they got beautiful homes. They got money, nice cars. It's like they get paid to snitch. They're making it look appealing now. Like, okay. So a snitch is not just the person who's going in and collecting information on who's the drug dealer. See, that's old days. Old days, a snitch was the guy okay, well, the drugs is coming from Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Killer Mike, he got all the drugs. He's the big guy over here. He's the one that supply everybody. And so that was the snitch, right? That was what people was looking for, because back in those days, the police was trying to figure out who had the drugs. Who's the guy? Okay, not the guy over there on the corner with the $20 rocks. Who's the guy that sells to the guys to sell to the guys? The guy that got the bigger amounts. That's who they was looking for, right? And it all boils down to it that they over the years they got all those guys. They busted all those guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my partners that I know, those big whales I call them, that had all the millions of dollars, the billions of dollars. A lot of those guys went to prison, got 20 years back in the late 80s, early 90s. All those guys is home now. You know, the ones that I know, the good friends of mine, they all got 20 years. I'm telling you, I blinked my eyes and they started coming home because they all got scooped up by 92. So you think about it, 2002, 2012, that's 20 years. So a lot of those guys is home. So they kind of ran themselves out of business because they busted all the big whales. All the black, when they opened the door for the Hispanic, I don't even want to go into that lifestyle for y'all, tell y'all all this stories. This ain't about the drugs, but we talking about snitches. So a snitch was a person that the police could use to tell us who the big, not us, to tell them who the big man is so that they can come in there and snatch them up and put them in prison, right? So over the years, they did their job pretty good. And all of a sudden now they running themselves out of business because all the big guys are in jail. There's really no drugs on the street that, you know, people can get. It's like a drought, I heard, you know. So now you have these snitches, they're converting them to different forms of snitches. You got people who, they want to know who's the leaders in the neighborhood. Who's the community leaders? You know, who's doing what? Who's outside of the box? Because these are the guys we want you to watch. And now you got people saying, these are the guys we want you to kill. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the movie Belly. Y'all seen that movie Belly with DMX in it? All of a sudden, they had DMX. He had all these problems. He's on the run. He hiding out. They turn around and take DMX off the street and say, look, this is what we want you to do. We know everybody looking for you, but this is what we want you to do. We can fix that for you. We can help you out. We just want you to go in there and kill that guy. You know what I'm saying? Which that was like, what I think the Muslim leader or something like that in the movie. Y'all go look at Belly and y'all see what I'm talking about. See, this is too, TV tells you what's going on, family. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like TV, but I love when I see TV shows that really give it up. But see, we got to stop looking at TV as if it's just a movie. They will give up some major game, but they're going to throw in some stuff on you to make you not want to watch it. They're going to throw in your homosexuality in there, and then you quick to say, I ain't watching that. That's some BS. You know, they're going to throw in the bling bling and all the crazy stuff. But there is an underlying message that you need to see in these movies and these TV shows. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, when I see all that crazy stuff, okay, they doing the homosexuality. That's time for a break. It's time to go to the bathroom now. It's time to go check my text messages and return some calls while they doing the homosexual crap, because I ain't got time for that BS. That ain't what I'm there to watch. But then all of a sudden that come off, I get to watching it. I see what's going on, and you see they are telling you what's going on in the world. So y'all go get that movie Belly with DMX and Nas. Y'all hear what I just said? DMX and Nas, and look at that movie, and that will break that shit down to you about a snitch. So, or an informant or agent. The snitches have became agents. See, they saying that the guy who started off that murdered Nipsey Hussle was a snitch. Remember that? We heard that first. But they quickly removed the word snitch because that quickly reverts back and implicates the government and goes with the theory that the government murdered Nipsey Hussle. Y'all hear what I just said? Let's look at that now. A snitch is a government informant. So if that guy was a snitch, like per Nipsey Hussle and per Nipsey Hussle's friends, then that means he was a government informant, or he was working for the government, which goes back and confirms the fact that Nipsey Hussle was murdered by the government, right? It's only common sense. So now when you look at TV, I mean, when you look at the social media, when you look at television, you see, they are saying, oh, it was just a gang member. It was black on black crime. The guy really killed Nipsey Hussle because Nipsey wouldn't help him. The guy that killed him was a rapper. Y'all notice how the story's changing now. The guy that killed Nipsey Hussle, he was an ex-rapper, and Nipsey wouldn't help him. So that's why he killed Nipsey. No, that ain't what Nipsey said. And then let's break down what Nipsey said. And first of all, I'll be questioning everything. Did Nipsey Hussle really tweet that tweet? My enemies, it's a blessing when your enemies are strong. That's what they say, right? It's a blessing when your enemies are strong. First of all, that don't sound like nothing that nobody would say. Your enemies are strong. Okay, the only reason why somebody would say their enemies are strong is if they backed by the government. Y'all hear what I just said? Now that makes them strong. But the Rolling 60s is a big Crip gang. That's where Nipsey Hussle was from. That's strong. They some heavyweights. It's a whole lot of them. It's a whole lot of them, y'all. They are very strong. So you ain't gonna too much give another neighborhood too much props. So the what do you say? They're strong. It's a blessing when your enemies are strong. Okay, yeah, we're gonna mix a little of that rap braggery in there, but did he really want to say, yeah, this guy is a snitch and he working for the government, and I know that's what this is all about. That's what made him strong. He's a real threat. That's why he's so strong, because he's a real threat, because he's backed by the government or something like that. Or we can look at it like this. Nipsey Hussle didn't even do that tweet. How do we know he did that tweet? Every time I look at my phone and I decide to sign up for a new app, my phone be like, TJ, can we use we're going to be able to we want authorization to use your pictures. We want authorization to post for you and blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, what? No, I don't want that. And then you click no, next thing you know, oh, well, you can't use this app. So you want to use Messenger? We got to be able to post for you. We got to be able to see your contacts. We got to be able to use your pictures. Why are they asking for this information? Is the question that you need to think about. They asking for this information because they going to be using your shit on your behalf when you don't realize it. I look on social media all the time and I see one of my homeboys in particular, it's always something endorsing him. It's always something where he's endorsing somebody else. And I'm like, he ain't doing that. That ain't nothing he would do. It'd be like, well, he likes this. And it's like, this has been going on for about a month now. And I'm pretty sure that he ain't getting paid by them to keep promoting that he likes that. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he ain't, because I know the guy personally, and he ain't doing that. But every time I look on social media, it shows me that he likes this product. So we don't have full control over our social media, and people send to me all the time, hey, somebody has a dummy account. Block this account. Watch that account. Watch this account. Or then, oh, TJ, I've been hacked. I didn't put that porn stuff on there. If you got a porno message from me, that was not me. Y'all been peeping this out, right? If you seen that porn that was posted on social media, that wasn't me. Their account been hacked. Y'all experienced that too, right? So I peep all this kind of stuff out. I peep all that type of stuff out. So I know a long time ago, no, we don't have full control over our social media. Yes, people can hack into our account and do things. So when they said Nipsey Hussle said that, I said, okay, well, that's probably them trying to change the narrative as soon as it happens. Because you notice, okay, boom. First thing that happened when Nipsey Hussle was murdered, immediately somebody is posting all over the place. Nipsey Hussle said his enemies are strong, so obviously he was having a problem with somebody, so that was gang related. Then later that morning, that rise, you got somebody saying, I did it. It was me. Fuck him. It's like, really? Niggas don't do that. Niggas don't do that. Don't nobody call nobody on Facebook Live saying it was me, I did it. That's some bullshit. You're going to jail. You're going to get murdered. You're going to have some major problems. You didn't kill the biggest rapper in this part of LA. Come on now. This man is loved all around the world. You know you're going to have problems. Are you kidding me? So who put him up to do that? Who put him up to do that? You got to ask yourself that. Who put him up to do that? Now, let's keep going. Let's break it down even further. They're trying to change the narrative, family. It's always got what I have noticed in society, in television, and everything that's going on. Everything is about the black people did it. It's their own fault. It's they're their own worst nightmares. White people ain't bothering them. It's them. I know public speakers who get up and say that dumbass shit. Oh, white people ain't worried about black people. Black people need to worry about themselves. Like black people are the problem. Y'all the problem. Ain't nobody worried about y'all. Well, okay, well, let's debunk that. If white people wasn't worried about us, why are they doing so much racial shit? Why is there so much drama going on? Why is Gucci making big lip things, messing with people, doing blackface? Why is all these brands doing blackface? They obviously worried about us, family. They are definitely worried about us, and they having a problem with us. Why is that? Because black people is having more money right now in 2019 than we have ever had before since they came out of slavery or since enslavement. Well, let me rephrase that because people are still in enslavement, but they don't realize it because they changed the format. They changed the blueprint for what slavery looked like. They are no longer working on the slave plantations. They're no longer working on the slave plantations as slaves. They are, where they're getting whipped and stuff. They've changed the format of the slave plantation and they call it a job now. I hope I didn't offend nobody, but I want y'all to really think about that. When slavery ended back in the days and they said, okay, slavery has ended. Now you have no choice but to, if you want to keep running your business where you're making money off of all these slaves and you have them picking that cotton and picking this and moving that and building these. And you remember, you hear how they say black people, you always hear black people say, we built America. Black people always say, we built America. That wasn't picking cotton, family. You notice they always show the slaves, whenever they talk about slavery, they talk about picking cotton. They always go back to the fields. Oh, they were picking cotton. That's what they did. No, it don't end there, family. That was the version they want you to see because we no longer are using cotton like that no more. They don't want you to see the slaves that was laying the railroad. They don't want you to see the slaves that had to go in there and lay all that railroad pipe, that railroad steel, the tracks for these trains that was crossing through America. They didn't want you to see the slaves that dug the pipe to go underground for these major oil companies. They didn't want you to see them because these people are still in business to this day. So now, and I don't want to go in too deep on that though, family, because I'm getting away from the original topic at hand. But they've changed slavery into its jobs now. Now they have to pay these people. But then you hear about all this BS about people are not getting raises, people are not making it mandatorial positions or not becoming partner, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all this stuff where they having problems with these jobs. Because it's still slavery, family, it's a different form, and now they got to pay you. Now they got to give you benefits, family, but your bosses, these cats don't like you. Their descendants were slave owners and all of that. This is just new, a different look of it. But getting back to the snitch. So the snitches are government employees. They're no longer really, a snitch has a lot more titles. So what we've been dealing with out here in LA, okay, if white people wasn't worried about black people, why would white people make a mask, a latex mask where they pull it over their head, a black man's face, black man's hands with tattoos? They make a mask and hands, gloves that look like a person so they can put a hoodie on and go drive through a black community and gun down black people and stick out their head out the window and say, and stick that arm out the window because they got on a sweatshirt with the gun and see tattoos on there on a black man's arm. And all of a sudden they say, yeah, them was some black guys. He yelled out this local black neighborhood and of a Crip or a blood gang. So it was a black who did it. First of all, the company who created those latex masks of black people should be under criminal investigation, family. They should shut that shit down. That should be licensed. Just like you got to get a license and a permit to go get a gun, and they need to know who you are for ordering this gun, they need to do that shit on the mask. First of all, no, on the real, they need to pull that shit off the shelves. I don't hear our politicians talking about we crying foul. We need to sue that company. We need to protest that company. We need to expose that company that's making that, because they know if they do, it's too closely tied into all these gang murders that's going on. Because if you turn around and registered all those people, or if you had track of all those people and you followed all of them, you would find out that something that them and their buddies do is they get together at night and they go ride off into the black community and do drive-by shootings on a regular basis. Y'all hear what I just said? White folks are saying it's so many killings going on over there now that we can go in there and start doing it ourselves. Because I'll tell you straight like this, we stopped the gangbanging back in the mid 90s because that shit was affecting us making money in low riding. We created industries. Y'all hear, I'm the pioneer of bringing black entrepreneurship through the low riding industry. Blacks realize black people who gangbang are black people who don't have no money, who can't make no money, and they ain't got shit to do. Look at Nipsey Hussle. He grew up a gang member because he didn't have shit to do. He didn't have no money, so he started hustling his tapes. And when Nipsey Hussle started making money, he was like, I got too much money to be out here taking penitentiary chances and getting murdered. I'm out here married, got celebrities, and got a career, a career going on. You know, I'm helping the community. Let me revert and go back and help people now. Come on, y'all. Why you think ain't no real, true, die-hard Crip gonna be walking around with a red shirt on, with a red hat? They are not gonna sell red hats. Nipsey Hussle realized this old way of thinking ain't making me no money. Now that he have money, his whole perception changed. His whole narrative, his whole purpose in living changed. He said, this shit is gonna limit me as an entrepreneur. I can't have people out here thinking I'm a gangbanger, a real diehard Crip that'll shoot. Crips shoot Bloods on sight. Bloods shoot Crips on sight if they active into it like that. But when people start having money, like me, I grew up in a Blood neighborhood, but y'all don't hear me out here talking about it. When people see me and ask me where I grew up at, just like Nipsey, I tell them where I grew up at, and people automatically say, oh, he's a Blood. But on the average day, you never know no shit like that, because I'm not going to be out there wearing red shirts and red rags and red hats. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in, because I've touched some real money in my lifetime. And I said, hold up, wait a minute. That shit that y'all was trying to convince me to do at 10 years old ain't financially lucrative. I want to touch some money one day in my life. So what did I find out? Is that, damn, I can make money off of these cars. So I was able to take that and run with it and help out all my homeboys and my family and friends that wanted to do that. So we started making money. We opened up tow truck companies. We got people riding around the country looking for cars, looking for Chevy Impalas, and they pulling down 6 and 7 figures a year. We got tow truck company guys who's riding around in tow trucks pulling down 6 and 7 figures a year. We got guys painting cars pulling down 6 and 7 figures a year. We done employed a whole city of people who are interested in working on cars. All my car family, guys that's from the hood, no college degrees, that wasn't going to college, that don't want nothing to do with college, sitting in their backyards, pulling down 6 and 7 figures a year, building lowriders. That shit was so common in the black community here in California, in Los Angeles, Compton, and Watts, that they decided We're not finna help them to be successful. That shit is fucking with the narrative. We're gonna remove that and pull that painting out of schools. We're gonna pull the automotive classes out of schools. We're gonna pull the sewing classes out of the schools because these black people ain't out there shooting people anymore. They ain't out here gang banging no more like that. We got to pull this. What are they doing? They all sitting at home working on cars because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry back then. Lowriding is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The automotive industry is a trillion-dollar industry. Like I say back then, all you need to do is change brakes. That's all you need to know how to do is change brakes, and you're gonna pull down 6 and 7 figures a year in California, in LA. Period. You're going to pull down 6 and 7 figures a year, changing brakes, changing oil, changing spark plugs. Why the fuck would you want to be a gang member? And that's what people realize. That's why it was so easy for me and all my homeboys. I say, homie, look, you ain't got to rob people. You ain't got to carjack people. You ain't got to do home invasions to have no money. You going to jail. You taking penitentiary chances. You ain't got to wear that red and blue hat no more. This is what you need to do. Go over here in high school, take that welding class. In high school, take that paint class. In high school, take that automotive class, homie. Or be over here in the alley and we're going to teach you how to work on the car. So now you can touch some of this real paper. Like I said, when I was young, I was sitting in my mama's backyard bringing in about $5,000-$6,000 a month. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Why was I able to do that? Because the money was there. It was raining money. Everybody and their mama wanted to have a Monte Carlo or a Cutlass. You see what I'm saying? Or a lowrider. And if you start working on any of those, you're going to pull down a high 6 and 7 figures a year if you're consistent and become known for doing good work, exactly like I did. So now what is a snitch? We're going to get back to that. So I was just telling y'all that because in California, the LA area, we removed that gangbang bullshit in the 90s because we had the lowrider industry that was kicking in, and we also had the motorcycle industry. So everything I just told you about lowriders, you add motorcycles too. Now we got two huge ass industries that black people are making money hand over fist in, that it ain't no reason for niggas to be out here gangbanging. And you can see that shit every fucking Google black motorcycle clubs, and you're gonna see Bloods and Crips in there sitting side by side. That just grew up in those neighborhoods, but they ain't out there killing each other. These cats is friends now. So who's committing the gangbanging? When the gang violence starts stopping and slows down, all of a sudden new people start coming in and doing the shooting. Now, if I'm sitting here hanging out with my lowrider club and you got all the OGs that's sitting here together side by side, and I'm hanging out with the motorcycle guys are sitting here too, and these is my buddies too, and these guys used to be Bloods and Crips, and they all OGs and wells over their neighborhoods, and all I got to do is say, big OG from such and such Crip. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that shit about that drive-by? Who was that? They'd be like, yeah, that was little such and such. We gonna handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? That was some bullshit right there. We told he ain't had to do that. That we gonna deal with that. That's how the street code works. But then all of a sudden, when shit happens, then it'd be like, what the hell was that? Did you see that when they shot the old lady or robbed the old lady, shot all the black guys in the burger stand, whatever it was? It'd be like, homeboy, I went through every last one of these niggas in my neighborhood, and you know these little niggas talk and gonna brag. That wasn't us. But the people who lived there, they said that they saw it. And that wasn't us, man. The motherfuckers look kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't us. Niggas is gonna talk. Excuse my language, y'all. Y'all know when I get emotional and start talking about it. See, this is a street conversation that I would normally have with one of my homeboys, and I can't believe with the platform that I'm having right now that I'm out here talking about this stuff like that. But I hate to see people thinking they using this narrative of this black on black crime when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go back to the point of what I'm trying to make. Government realized a long time ago they can't keep taking the blame. Government realized they can't keep taking the blame for this Because now in 2019, we got too many super attorneys. We would file lawsuits and sue the government, all kind of crazy stuff if we realize that they doing this. We got politicians, black politicians now that will turn around and file some paperwork and turn around and stop the gun violence, the gang violence, all that, if we can prove that it was all white people. Well, guess what, family? If y'all realize it and see what's going on, you'll be able to believe and understand that there's latex mask that's out here being sold, that white people running around through here doing these drive-by shootings. Everybody knows it. How do you know that? How do you know it's white people doing it? Because I look at the way people get shot. When the gang member do get a drive-by shooting, 9 times out of 10 it's an AK-47. The person that do most of the drive-by shootings in LA is done by AK-47s and Uzis and shit like that. And we ain't even gonna talk about where the fuck is all these AK-47s and the bullets for the AK-47s coming from? We ain't never ran out of AK-47s and we ain't never ran out of bullets for AK. Well, how the fuck is that possible? But we ain't gonna talk about that part of it. We ain't gonna talk about that part of it. Why these niggas how is it so easy for these cats to find guns all the time? Where the fucking guns coming from? We ain't gonna even go into that. We're gonna talk about a snitch. So now I look at the fact that I remember back in the days when I started doing very well and I started creating jobs in the community, I started helping so many people. All of a sudden, hell started breaking loose, and I was told, TJ, you need to move. You need to move away from this area. People fucking with you that have no reason to want to fuck with you. Excuse my language. You starting to pick up enemies with people who don't even. One day I was sitting in the barbershop, right? This is my own personal story. One day, y'all wonder why the dude don't ever have a fresh haircut. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't ever have a fresh haircut all the time. One day I was sitting in the barbershop I was a king of lowriding, had my big ass lowrider shop. I had 2 of them, one in Palmdale, one in Gardena. My face is in lowrider magazines. I'm the biggest black man in lowriding in the world. I am the biggest lowrider man in the world when it comes down to being as a black man. I'm the biggest black lowrider shop owner in the world. I'm shipping cars globally, right? I'm the guy behind the rap videos that build cars that ends up in videos that rappers own, that ball players own. You know what I'm saying? I'm the pioneer of the lowriding industry. So I'm creating jobs like a motherfucker. I'm creating more business owners like crazy. So one day I'm riding around through Compton, LA, watch normal. I'm like a superhero out here. Everybody know me and love me. I got little kids asking, TJ, you gonna give me a job when I get older? Come see me when you get older. Go over there and talk to little Pookie. He'll give you a job. He live in your neighborhood. Tell him I sent you. Go over there and tell him TJ sent you, and you need to tell him you want to be an intern. You're going to sit on the crate like TJ used to do when he was a kid, and you're going to clean his shop up. Oh, is he going to pay me? I said, it don't matter if he pay you. You're going to learn something. You're going to learn how to make your own money. So don't ask to get paid. If he give you some money, that's cool. But you better watch everything he do. They like, okay, Mr. TJ, you the man. I hear you, big homie. I was doing that shit on the norm. So fast forward the story. I go to the barbershop one day to get a haircut. It's like, damn, everybody in there know me. These are all my homeboys. We in there laughing and joking. And then his brother pulls in the lowrider. And then he says, the homie sees his car had a messed up wheel on. They asked him, they said, hey, man, you need to let TJ fix your shit. You take your wheel down to TJ. And that dude got mad. He was like, fuck that nigga. Everybody looked at me and looked at him. I'm sitting there. My glasses is off though, right? I'm sitting there with the little thing around me getting my hair cut and my glasses off. But check this out. When the dude came in there, he went to each person in there and shook everybody's hand, including me. So now they thinking maybe he didn't recognize TJ because his glasses was off. But he didn't shook my hand. He didn't heard my voice. So he like, fuck that nigga. And they like, damn, homie, the nigga sitting right there. He like, fuck that nigga TJ, whatever, you know. So the homies looking at him like, and they looking at me and I'm like, I just shake my head like, don't y'all do nothing. Don't y'all say nothing, let them talk. I'm like, let them talk. They like, man, yeah, fuck that nigga TJ. And everybody in the barbershop, they made it a joke. Why you don't like that nigga TJ? That nigga fucked up my car, cuz. It's like, I'm looking at them. Now they looking at me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Fast forward the story. I asked him, I said, hey, homie, what kind of car was it? He said it was a 58. And the homies is looking like, damn, obviously you don't even recognize the nigga voice. They looking like, that's odd. And then all of a sudden it boils down to be that, I said, what kind of car was it? He said a 58. I said, well, what did he do? He fucked it up and he didn't get my shit back. When I see that nigga, I'm gonna get his ass. It's on. And he got all these niggas out here looking for him, y'all. I don't even know why y'all fucking with that nigga, recommending him business. All these niggas out here looking, trying to get this nigga, y'all. And it was like, whoa, everybody looking at me like, what? Like, what? And I asked him, I said, so tell me what happened, homie. He fucked up your car, and where is the car at now? Man, that nigga gave my shit back. It cost me $100,000 whoop whoop to fix that shit. Oh, I had to take it to somebody else. Now we looking at the car in the parking lot. That car ain't even worth $10,000. What you talking about? You got a 58, nigga? That's $100,000 car. So you got to be able to critical think here. You driving that, you ain't gonna be driving no 58. You know what I'm saying? So people, critical thinkers, peep that out. So anyway, fast forward the story. It got so bad where they realize he's lying now. Now they clowning the guy, making fun of him. Fast forward the story. One of my other partners come in there. Okay, everybody in the barbershop. Fuck TJ. Yeah, when we see that nigga, let us know. Let us know when you going to get him. We want to go with you. You know what I'm saying? We want to help you get the nigga, right? Now they finished cutting my hair. Now all the barbers and put their clippers down because they thinking maybe when TJ put his glasses back on, he's going to recognize TJ. And it's going to be a problem. Nope. Took the little thing off, put my glasses back on, and the guy still didn't say nothing. He said, all right, big homie. He's like, all right, big homie, you stay up. I'm like, all right, y'all. And they looking at like, this nigga don't even know, but they looking at me like my homeboy whispered, you ain't going to say nothing to him? Like the nigga don't know who I am. He don't know my face, so clearly he don't know who I am, but yet he in here hating on me, trying to get the rest of the room to not like me too. So what did it boil down to be? One of my other homeboys come in there and said, out of nowhere, he walks through the door. He said, TJ, where's my fucking car at? And came over and hugged me and started laughing. And the dude ended up jumping up and tried to run out the door. It was like, know the name, but don't know the face. So why did I tell that story? A story that I probably don't like telling, I wouldn't tell normally. I'm not trying to brag to y'all. I just want y'all to understand how this stuff goes out here. Somebody put the word out that we don't want that guy walking around comfortably no more. So we want to put rumors out about what he did. He's fucking people over. He stole this guy. He didn't fix this guy's car. He fucked the guy over. He got all kind of people looking to get him. So before I walked out the barbershop, my homeboy told me, he said, you know what, TJ? He said, I done had a couple people say similar things about that. And I know you a cool cat and you ain't never did nothing to us. So that's why I ain't never, I know people have problems and all of that. I said, dude, a couple people told you that. He said, yeah. I said, you ain't never called me and said nothing? You ain't never told me that people out here talking about me like that? And I don't owe nobody. I ain't did that to nobody. How you think I've been in business so many years? You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't never came down there and shot my shop up or came down there and did none of that. They said, I know, but you got people out here talking about you. So what was that all about? I told my OG homeboys, and he said, somebody's out here trying to get you to move off the streets. You need to be more careful and get the hell out of LA. You need to move your ass out of Compton. I'm sorry, you need to move your ass out of here, TJ, because obviously somebody's out here trying to convince people to do something to you. That's what this is about. Who would do that? Who would want the guy out that's creating all kind of businesses like crazy? Who would want the guy that's helping? Who stood to make the most? Who stood to make the most by TJ not being around anymore? every drug dealer who was making money that all of their employees was going off starting businesses, they wasn't mad at me because they was like, TJ, put me on. Can you put me on some? Can I do some? Can I buy some tow trucks? Can I invest in some a business or something? Can you help me and turn me on to somebody? I said, yeah, it's all kind of people I'm gonna turn you on to and hook you up with. So I ain't had no problem with nobody. I knew everybody loved me because I was one of the main people who was out here creating jobs and who was creating businesses. I had people popping up out of nowhere saying, homie, can I get a job? And I would be able to look back and say, hey, my homeboy just said that he needed somebody over there. You work on cars? He'd be like, no, I don't know how to work on cars. I'd be like, what did you do? He said, man, when he was in jail, he used to be in the kitchen, working in the kitchen. Oh, hold on. Call my homeboy that got the restaurant that I know. Hey, I got a homeboy said he was in jail and he was running the kitchen. Send him over. You know what I'm saying? Boom, he's on his way over there to get a job. Just like that, y'all. Got another homeboy pop up asking questions. Man, what do you know about this and this? And when he was in jail, he used to do that. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, my brother. So anyway, family, they don't like people like that coming back into the community, building the community, and they go out of their way to make it very uncomfortable for those kind of people. So white folks couldn't come in and do nothing because I wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? They fucked with me a little bit doing this and doing that shit and was taking my customers' cars, impounding their cars, giving them tickets. You go in a TJ shop, we're going to give you tickets. Well, that all lasted until I talked to one of the city politicians and told them what was going on. And next thing you know, they stopped all of that. And then shortly after that was when all of this stuff with the people was shitting all over my name about TJ fucking niggas over started popping up. And they scratching their head like, how is TJ fucking people over when TJ is always here? TJ walking around, doing these things. He pulling up at car shows. He jumping out by himself. He ain't pulling up with 10 niggas in a car with him. He pulling up by himself and walk over to people. He don't go stay away from the Crips. He go over there straight to the Crips. He ain't running from the Bloods. He go straight to the Bloods. He not hiding from the Mexicans. He coming up. He jumping in the car with the Mexicans. Everybody likes TJ. Just like Nipsey Hussle. Everybody loved Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was giving everybody jobs. So they created, this is where the snitches become informants, become hitters for these people. Like I said, I want y'all to look at that movie Belly and peep that shit out and see how does that movie could possibly relate to what happened to Nipsey Hussle. I want y'all to peep that shit out. The best thing, I think I heard they say the best thing the worst thing your enemy could do is to reveal himself as your enemy. You don't never want a real hitter, a real enemy is not going to want you to know it was them because the issue of retribution, somebody's going to come back and get you. Just like back in the days, these little dumbass niggas would go do drive-by shootings and yell their name out the neighborhood. The neighborhood, nigga, this is my neighborhood. And they go through their shooting and yell their neighborhood out the window. So all of a sudden, everybody know, oh, them niggas was from that neighborhood. Let's get together, get the guns and ride back through there and shoot that neighborhood up. One day I finds out about it that the little niggas shoot up a neighborhood and some OGs called me, said, TJ, niggas in your neighborhood came over here and shot and they ain't hit nobody, but nigga, my car got hit, so we finna have a problem. I'm like, hold on, how you know? Hit them with the critical question. How you know them niggas was from over here? They yelled it out the window, TJ, and then started shooting. Okay, what kind of car was it? Oh, it was a such and such. All right, I'll call you back. I knew exactly who they was talking about. Just like that. Went over there and spanked them niggas. You dumb niggas, is you losing your mind? Them niggas come through here, shoot innocent people. The fuck you yelling your neighbor? So I had to check them cats. You know what I'm saying? And then this was always going on. And that's how they were like, why are you coming down on us about stuff like that, man? Because nigga, y'all gonna get innocent people killed with that dumb shit y'all doing with this drive-bys and all of that. It was like, oh, okay. Well, how you know it was us? Because your dumbass yelled your name, the neighborhood out the window. Nigga, next time you go do a drive-by shooting, let them know it's little Marky Mark that's live at 1313 such and such street so that they can go shoot your house up and your mama get killed. Oh, well, that wouldn't be cool, homie. Well, why are you putting everybody out there like that? Oh, we didn't think about it like that. But nigga, now you know. You let me hear some shit about y'all doing it again, it's going to be a problem. Because if I find out that innocent people out here, children getting shot, it's going to be a problem. So things are different out here, family. We ain't got that gang banging like that no more. It ain't like that. It's other people putting people up to stuff. So I started finding out, then you got the people who do the stuff. And the homies be like, we don't get down like that over here. And it always boils down to when they catch the guy who did it and he ends up in jail, the niggas in jail end up calling back and said, look, we got the nigga right here who did that murder of that little old lady or that such and such, or shot that neighborhood leader. The community leader dies in a drive-by shooting. Like, the community leader? The guy that was pushing hard against police brutality dies in the gang shooting? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, he tells his story in jail. He got caught with a gun and some drugs, and he was finna go to prison, and they told him they'll let him go if he go do this. Y'all ain't gotta think I'm making this up. Look at that movie Belly, and it tells y'all that shit is real. I'm not understanding the question, T-My. Why is peace, my brother? Why are people so vehemently wanting it to be solely? Well, if they want it to be us because they want to defer it from coming back on them. Y'all hear what I'm saying? They don't want it. You know what I'm saying? If you put it like this, I'm one of them kind of cats that I don't throw rocks at people because I don't want nobody throwing none back. Because I'm over here in a glass house. So if somebody throw a rock and hit my glass house, they're going to break windows and it's going to be expensive, hypothetically speaking. So the real enemies do not want you to know they're your enemies. They want you to think it's your people. So that's why they made these masks. Y'all Google that shit. Latex mask that looks like a black man. Google black man with a mask on, white man with a mask on robbed a bank. Multiple banks, and everybody was looking for black people. The white man got in trouble because somebody found out about it and they found the mask. Y'all hear that? See, on the normal world, family, let me tell y'all something. Let's break this shit down critical thinking wise. On the normal world, if that was a white mask, if there was black people, a black manufacturer making white latex masks of white people, and all of a sudden, just one person got found out that he robbed a bank. One black person robbed a bank with a mask of a white face. They're going to go back. Not only are they going to put that guy in jail, they're going to go back to the people who made the mask and shut that whole plant down and create some kind of criminal conspiracy case against the owner for making those masks. Y'all hear what I just said? It is not going to be easy to get those masks if they made white masks. But because it's black masks, it's okay for them to make black people faces on masks so that white people can do drive-by shootings in black communities and it never comes back on white people. It actually incites bigger wars. Just like me, my homeboys, when I go hang out with the whales and I see all them cats hanging out, it's so much control over there. These cats is hanging out deep. Bloods, Crips, side by side. There ain't no fucking gang banging in LA. They already know that. You can go look out there and hang out. You will see all these Bloods and Crips and Hispanics standing side by side. And they are not having no fucking problems. It's over 2,000 and 3,000 people out here. Lowriders and motorcycles and cars everywhere. And ain't nobody even popping a firecracker. You don't hear shit. you asking yourself, you see nothing but organization. You like, well, damn, if they have gang violence, how is it possible? Uh-oh. YouTube went out. I didn't see it. It was about to expire, but let me reset it. Not YouTube, but Instagram. Anyway, family, so I can keep going in and in and in, but I'll be on here all day. I just want y'all to know, quit falling for it. Oh, it's black on black crime. Family, we didn't push so hard against gang violence over the last 20 years. We got Blood and Crip lowrider clubs. We got Blood and Crip motorcycle clubs where these guys sitting side by side having a ball together. There ain't no gang violence like that. But when all of a sudden the gang violence started dropping down, decreasing, now you're having random people getting shot. Crazy things happening. And when you look all these people up, you like, who got shot? Oh, that was a community leader. Oh, that guy owned a lot of real estate. Who are the people getting shot? People like Nipsey Hussle who owns shit. Who was the person that just got shot? That was the heir to the old lady that wasn't trying to sell shit of her land, but she owned all this land where they trying to build a football stadium, and she wasn't gonna sell it, but she's turning 80, and now she grooming her son and her daughter so that they can take over the real estate that she owns and keep that shit black. Well, all of a sudden, this lady's turning 85, and her son, who was groomed the most, that was gonna take over her corporation, he gets murdered, and he ain't no gang member. He don't even live in the gang area, but he just happened to go get a burger and somebody randomly killed him. Come on, y'all. That's the shit happening. Now, what happens to the old lady's land? She ain't got nobody to leave it to, so she ain't got no choice but to sell it. You see what I'm saying? She's going to sell her generational wealth. So what happened with Nipsey Hussle, it all boils down to it. He's buying in $1 million neighborhood. Exactly, Big June. You know what I'm saying? We that gang bullshit got squashed so long ago. That's why I say it's deeper than that. You got to ask, who is the people who getting shot? Who are they? What do they own anything? Do they own any real estate? And then you start researching it from that perspective. Yeah, you know, his mom owns that burger stand right across the street from where they finna build that brand new such and such at. Google wanted this, or the football stadium or the baseball people was trying to buy it, and she would never sell it. Now all of a sudden her son gets murdered. Now she gonna sell it. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that happens. So you always ask, when people say he got shot, my first thing is, what do they own real estate? Y'all be trying, what hood he from? What neighborhood? No, I don't be asking questions like that. I'll be like, I'm big on this gentrification shit. I'll be like, do he own any land or real estate? Nah, that nigga was only 28 years old. That nigga was a nerd. He was in college or something. It was an innocent drive-by shooting. No, homie, hold on. Who's his mom and daddy? Oh, his daddy there we go. His daddy owned what? His daddy owns some land. They got a burger stand. They got a vacant lot over there. Has anybody been saying anything about somebody trying to buy from? Actually, yeah, they was telling me that these white people keep trying to convince them to sell, and dad kicked them off his property, said, fuck y'all, I ain't selling shit. Y'all quit bothering me. Next thing you know, his son ends up dead. Come on, y'all. We got to think about that shit. We got to really think about that shit. So for me, I do not ask, where is he from? When somebody said, oh, such and such got shot, and that nigga wasn't even one of them kind of niggas, immediately I said, do he own some shit? Do he own a business? What does his family own? And they be like, man, you know his mama owned all them apartment buildings and shit. That nigga is finna have some money. I'll be like, that's it right there. That's it right there, family. That's why it's called gentrification. That's why I wrote the book called Monetizing Gentrification, y'all, because I know what the fuck is going on. I just want y'all to understand that. So y'all need to not accept all of this shit about, oh, that was just black on this and black on that. So when we look at our brother Nipsey Hussle, What did Nipsey Hussle own? What was he about to do? What was he doing? He was creating jobs in the community. He was about to tear down that shopping center that he owns, and he was about to braise that bad boy up and put residential property on the top, commercial on the bottom, like everybody else is doing. If you drive down Slauson, you'll see other buildings going up. If you drive down Crenshaw, you'll see all these buildings going up brand new in that area. So his team was doing the same thing, but guess what? Land development that I teach these classes, y'all. Remember, I'm putting the game out there. TJ's Wealth Academy. I teach these classes because I coach people and train people because it's important that we quit with the fucking flipping and the tax lien shit. That's that little bitty baby money. But you about to quickly be pushed out because that no longer works out here. Ain't nobody flipping houses in LA. You ain't finding no tax liens in LA no more. You hear what I'm saying, y'all? What are they doing out here? They tearing shit down and they building bigger and larger facilities, residential on top, commercial on the bottom, family. Nipsey Hussle was following that blueprint. Yeah, that wasn't your everyday brother, y'all. People like that don't just randomly get killed on an accident. They get killed because of something they was doing. Nipsey Hussle was going to be the most profound rapper in history. So y'all talk about all these rappers. Y'all talk about Tupac. Pac was my homeboy. Pac was cool, but Nipsey Hussle was doing the real work, y'all. Y'all hear what I just said? Pac talked a lot of good shit. You know what I'm saying? I love Pac. He talked a lot of real good shit. But Nipsey Hussle was doing some great shit. What was Nipsey Hussle doing? Nipsey Hussle wasn't just talking good shit. Nipsey Hussle was doing the fucking work, not just some work, the right work. Nipsey Hussle was teaching entrepreneurship. He wasn't just teaching it. He showed us the blueprint. Come on down here and look at my shopping center. I used to rent from these people and now I own the whole building. This guy used to put us out the parking lot. He didn't want us here. Now he pay us rent. That's all the wrong language to white people. That ain't the shit they want us talking about. That's why when I look at colleges and universities, y'all see me going hard talking about colleges, right? You don't have land development classes in college. You don't have people that know how to teaching people how to go out there and build up whole fucking communities. That shit Nipsey Hussle was doing, you couldn't find none of that shit in none of these universities. Not especially not no HBCUs. You know why? Because they don't want us learning that shit. So how did I learn that shit? Because I grew up with the people who had a bunch of money and they paid for the knowledge. And when they got the knowledge, they gave me some of the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So look, check this out. I was listening to another video somebody sent me the other day. Talk about, look, TJ, Chameleonaire or something like that. Y'all know I don't know all these rappers' names. I just know cats. But Chameleonaire, I was looking at his interview and it was like, listen to what brother said. They said, Chameleonaire said, you know, I didn't get in this game to be a billionaire. Everybody keeps saying that. He said, I got in this game because there wasn't any other people that looked like me in that game. So I wanted to get the information and bring it back to my community. He's doing the work. I don't listen to that brother, but I guarantee you today I will be starting to follow Chameleonaire because he's talking my language. He's talking entrepreneurship. He's not just talking about it. He's saying, I just want to get the information because I got the money. I got the platform. I learned how this shit works. Now I can go back and give it to my community and teach them some shit that they can go out and make money with now. That they can go be billionaires and multi-millionaires. Fuck a good job. A good job is between, what was it, 100,000 to 150,000. I ain't met too many black people that make over 150,000. I ain't met too many black people that make 100 to 150,000. Y'all hear what I just said? From colleges, from universities. That is not that common. Every blue moon, I'll meet somebody who got a really great job, and that shit ain't even great to me. I ain't never met a college person that make over 200,000 that said, "Oh, I got a job working for these white people and I make over 200,000." I don't meet people like that. I meet people when I meet someone who make over 200,000. Is always a business owner. It's a black business owner who's selling a fucking pen. Black man selling a pen make $500,000 a year because he's a fucking manufacturer, excuse my language, or he's selling a product that everybody needs and he got a distribution that nobody else got out here. He the only one who can sell that pen. Simple things, making big money. So that's why I look at people. Y'all don't know business. Y'all don't understand how this works. Anyway, I ain't going to continue to talk on college because it's all about educating people, teaching us the game. So I love what Chameleonaire did when he said, I just came because I wanted to bring the information back to my community. I'm like, let me follow that brother. Let me support this brother. I like that guy. He sounds different. I ain't never listened to a Chameleonaire before, but I'm going to listen to that brother because I like what he said. He wanted us to get the knowledge. He wanted to come back and give it to the people. Hopefully he wants to use it in his rap songs. He wants to talk about patents and trademarks and intellectual property. And then I made an investment in Lyft early on, and now my profits, we didn't went public. Now I'm making $10 billion, blah, 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 because I turned around and split the stock and that's the shit. You be like, let me, hold on, pause that, rewind it, play it back. Oh, okay, wait, rewind it one more time. How do you spell stock? How do you spell dividend? That's that type of shit where you learn the stuff like Nipsey Hussle was doing. So that's why I listen to people like who's really doing the work and who's just out here posturing. Who's out here posturing, pretending like they doing the work. You feel me? You got a lot of people. Oh, before I close this out, because y'all know I normally don't come on this early, but before I close this out, I want to go in and talk about agents. Agents get paid to do shit. Snitches are becoming agents, and agents get paid to do shit, y'all. So they make it difficult for celebrities and entertainers who want to give back, or people, successful people who want to come back and give back, to come back to the community. So now you got a whole lot of people that ain't really making no money. So it's easy to give a person who ain't making no money some money to go out there and be a snitch. It's easy to give a person who ain't making no money some money to go out there and set up black people. It's easy for people who ain't making no money for someone to come in there and give that person, here, I want you to go out here and take the blame for that. See, that's what I love about that. I hated that dude did that shit because y'all didn't peep that shit out. The guy who said he just shot Nipsey Hussle. He was in the car. He was flying up the freeway. Come get me, come get me, homie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he said, you looked at that shit and the dude he was talking to had a red jacket on, implying visually that is a blood who did that. The guy, that means the shooter was a blood. So what does that mean? The Nipsey Hussle was a Crip. So now you're about to incite a fucking riot. You're about to open up gang violence again because the Bloods allegedly just killed the Crip. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's why I was like, don't fucking believe that shit. That dude ain't nobody that stupid. That's somebody posturing. Somebody paid that fool to do that. Now all of a sudden, the guy who did it goes to jail, and you realize the other guy who said he did it, who the fuck paid him to say that? That's what y'all need to be wondering. That nigga need to be in prison doing lifetime plus because he's trying to fucking promote a riot. He's trying to make people lose their lives. So I'm just telling y'all that. See, y'all got to understand how that shit works. I wouldn't be surprised if that nigga was an actor. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if he was an actor. You know what I'm saying? Got paid to do that shit. So anyway, y'all, I can go on and on and on, but it is what it is. Y'all got to quit falling for it and know that we are at war. I appreciate you, Big June. Y'all got to know that we out here at war. This shit is real, and they're going to always make it seem like it's us. The black race destroyed itself. The black people could not get along with each other, and they just killed themselves off. You see, they did all these drive-by shootings, but all y'all need to remember is black people don't make guns, black people don't make bullets, and black people ain't making latex masks of other black people. Black people ain't doing that, y'all. So when you look at that shit and question that, it all goes back to white people. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's government shit. It's the government shit. But they gonna make it where it's always us. Where here we on there fighting. It's black. Black people killing each other. These niggas need to stop that shit. I mean, I hate that. I listen to people very critically, and that's what I challenge y'all to do. Let's do some critical listening. Let's do some critical thinking before you jump up and start posting y'all motherfucking memes talking about I hate black people that be doing and killing each other and I'm tired of all this black on black crime. Are y'all tired of white people making masks and pretending to be blacks? Y'all ain't tired of the Klan running through here with masks on? The cops that's dressed like killing people too? Y'all ain't tired of that? Let's make some memes and talk about that shit. But y'all get very vocal when it's all about, white people, black people did it. Black people did it. But it be silent. I barely hear it when it's white people. Y'all got to cut that shit out. Y'all got to cut that shit out because you got to realize you're setting yourself up for the big failure. They are trying to pass laws right now to where they can come in here and wipe black people off the face of the planet because of the shit that we doing. They're looking at black people like, looky here. We got them doing drive-by shootings. They're killing each other up, and they're showing us the shit that our own shit. Here's a picture of here's a video footage of some black kids fighting each other. Look at them. Here's all these fight videos of black people. This is off of this Black Shaquisha's page. Look at the black girls that are twerking in the videos. Look at the black girls that are fighting. Listen to this rap, y'all. Listen to these rappers. They're talking about drink and killing themselves. They're talking about their guns and I'm never gonna get caught without my gun and I'm gonna kill my enemies. And you know what I'm saying? We want to get rid of black people before they turn that energy toward us. We can't afford black people are some type of a problem in this community, and we need to get rid of black people because look at all this dangerous stuff they're doing. They're even killing their own rappers. They're killing their own successful people. Look at this. We got to stop them before they do something to us. Y'all playing a part of that. Look at all of these memes. Black people are even mad at their people. They can't even take responsibility and stop their own people from doing stuff. Let us go in there with the tanks and wipe them out before they revert and start messing with us, before they start messing with the good white people. You see what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna hear nothing about, it was possibly the black white people with latex masks. No, it was where the fucking guns coming from. You ain't gonna hear none of that. That ain't gonna never come up because they got so much amazing evidence of black people don't like each other. They're killing their own rappers. They're out here selling each other drugs. They're out here fighting each other in the street. They're out here robbing each other. They're out here raping each other. You know what I'm saying? They're out here. They even got bad cops on the force setting people up, and it's going to be all black on black. Let's get rid of them. It's okay for us to do bad stuff to black people because they don't even like themselves. Y'all contributing to that shit with all these Facebook posts and these memes and I know he did it and I know he did it. I can look at his face and tell he did it. Y'all was so fucking wrong and molded when all of a sudden when they found the real guy who did it. Even though the guy confessed and said he did it, my ass was on here like, I want to see the video. Y'all hear what I just said? I want to see the video. All of a sudden, boom, video pops up on the internet, and that wasn't even the dude who did it. See, I can recognize the game being played on you, but y'all need to recognize the game being played on us. I can recognize when the game is being played on it because I was trained up for war and for shit like that. I was trained to see surreal TV or whatever you call it, fake TV shit playing out in front of us. I see that shit crystal clear. Plain as day, but y'all need to see it. Y'all got to start questioning shit. I was taught to don't act first because growing up in Compton, I knew that if I said the wrong thing, a lot of people going to lose their lives. If I go out and say, yeah, this nigga over there said he did it, you're going to have a whole bunch of shooters go over there and wipe his ass out in his family or something crazy. So I was taught, TJ, we are too powerful, so we have to think. Before we move. If somebody shoots somebody, we gonna think that shit through, make sure they actually did do that shit, because we do know that people are trying to make us turn against each other and fight. So I was taught how to look at things differently, and that's what y'all need to learn how to do. Y'all need to learn. So call me up for some coaching and training, and I don't not only will teach you about how to make money, I will teach you about how to identify some BS that you're being turned against. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we need some street training, some street training, some moral ethic codes of things that you're supposed to ask, questions that you're supposed to ask before something crazy happens. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, I can go on and on and on and on and on and then still keep going on and on. But I just wanted y'all to know critical thinking is required in 2019 before you act, before you post, before you express your feelings. Just know all this shit is being used against you, y'all. All this shit is being used against you. And I hate the fact that I'm putting myself out there by having to come on here and talk about this shit, because I see the big fail being set up. I see this shit going on in my face, plain and clear as a day. And I'm thinking like, damn, don't nobody else see this shit that's out here posting all this shit. And then you got to realize you got black people. I mean, you got fake people on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter posting shit, and you thinking it's a black person. But you got all, like me, I got all these fucking followers. See, I'm a celebrity coach and trainer and speaker. So of course I'm gonna have a bunch of people I don't know. But don't you got people that you don't know on your page, and you ain't no fucking celebrity speaker? You ain't no rapper, no entertainer. You just want to have 10,000 followers on your page because it makes you look good. You need to look at who the fuck is these people. So when I look at my page and somebody says some dumb shit, that makes me go back and look at them. Who is this person that said this dumb shit on my page that seems like they trying to incite a riot? And then all of a sudden I Google that shit, they got 6 friends. They just set this page up 6 hours ago, 2 weeks ago. It's a fucking bot, like brother said. It's a bot. It's a fucking bot designed to keep black people turn us against each other. So if I come on here and say, hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We got to start investing in this real estate. We got to buy up all this shit on Crenshaw Boulevard. We got to buy up all the black communities, y'all. Y'all got to start back moving to the black communities. All of a sudden, you're going to have somebody pop up on my page. TJ, you only got 200 followers. Why do you only got 200 followers? You don't know what you're talking about. If you knew what you're talking about, you'd have 50,000 followers, 500,000 followers. You don't even know what you do. How many houses do you got? How many Bentleys do you got? That's a fucking bot, y'all. Or somebody being paid off to do that shit. Let me go embarrass this guy. Let me discredit him. Let me make his word not look so good because he's on point exactly what he's saying. And we don't want him educating the public with that information. So let's go in there and make him look stupid. That's the shit that people are doing. So y'all got to pay attention to that and realize this is some BS and don't fall for it. Critical thinking, family. We lost a lot. Nipsey Hussle was opening the fucking door for people's brains. I talk a whole lot of good shit. You know what I'm saying? I coach a whole lot of amazing people. I train a lot of amazing people. I talk to a lot of amazing people about doing stuff. But you see the works through Nipsey Hussle, the shit that I be talking about. You look at all of the stuff that we talk about is the same things. Nipsey Hussle was over there, bought a shopping center, and he was going to tear it down and build a bigger one. When you look up my stuff, what do you see that I'm talking about? Buying shopping centers, commercial buildings, and building them up, starting businesses, franchising out our own black businesses. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Nipsey Hussle was doing this shit on a large scale that you can actually see it. His platform is much bigger, so of course he's got much more exposure, which means he's a threat. He's a real threat. I ain't no threat with my little 2 followers. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody because I ain't got no whole lot of followers, and believe y'all, I love it personally. I'm not out here looking to get no 50 million followers. I can care less if I really ain't tripping off of that, family, because I know with that comes all kind of problems. That means you're too big of an influencer. Then you become a threat. So I got a couple of followers, so I'm not really tripping on not having a lot of followers. That don't bother me. You wonder why he ain't got all of this and why he ain't got all that nice stuff like that. Because I'm out here too busy trying to save lives and start businesses, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about having 50 billion followers and all of that. Who cares about that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, moving on, y'all. I'm about to wrap this up and get out of here. And later on tonight, I will not be speaking at Shades of Africa this Thursday because in honor of our good brother Nipsey Hussle, they decided they wanted to honor Nipsey Hussle that day, which I got much respect and I kind of knew that was coming. So I will not be speaking at Shades of Africa, but I will be having some book signings coming up on I'll be at IE Shades of Africa having a book signing on April 27th. IE Shades of Africa is the Inland Empire in Corona, California, and I will be at the African American Museum of New Beginnings on May the 4th coming up, and that's in Pomona, California. And I will also be speaking at Crash Unity Center in Los Angeles, California on May 19th. But I will be having a panel discussion, and we're going to be talking about black men in business and just building black ownership, family, not black men, but building black ownership. You know, I'm going to have a panel discussion with some guests. Some guests going to be on the panel, and we're going to really go in depth and talk about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about business. And I ain't talking about none of that basic kind of conversations about how you get a business license. I'm talking about things that we need to know. How do you run a business in 2019 with people hating on with people setting us up to fail? How do you run a successful business dealing with all that kind of stuff? What are we doing? You know, that's why you can't have no person that come in here. Oh, I've been to college and I know I had business in college, and then I came back and started teaching college on the community on a college level or university level. You ain't got no information to come and have a conversation with us. I'm only talking about people who's really put in the work. I'm talking about people who had a brick and mortar, like, for example, like Nipsey Hussle had a brick and mortar, a person who's been in the game for so many years that they can tell you of what do you do. Just like I said last night on my Facebook Live, I said when Nipsey Hussle first got murdered, the first thing came to my mind is his team needed to order 10 million shirts, 10 million new hats. They need to invest a lot of money in products because everybody in the world need to be having a Crenshaw t-shirt on or a sweatshirt or a hoodie or a Crenshaw hat when they go out to his store. So I want to see some Nipsey Hussle. I want to see everybody with their Nipsey Hussle Crenshaw shirts on that Facebook, their Facebook picture. Your main Facebook picture, that need to be a picture of you with your Crenshaw shirt on. Purchase through Nipsey Hussle's website or Nipsey Hussle's products and stuff. Not none of that bootleg shit. Get the real product because Nipsey Hussle, he still got to be buried, family, and that's just going to be expensive. Trust me. Nipsey Hussle still got children. He got a woman out there with his children. You see what I'm saying? So they still need to make money. So let's support that good brother and buy his products. So post that shit on your page like me. I need to get my ass over there and find me some Crenshaw products because I'm going to be rocking my Crenshaw products because I'm more than just let me go and put a candle in front of the brother's spot. That brother's an entrepreneur. So if we're going to love that brother and respect that brother, then we need to put some products of his on. Let's go out and buy them products, family. Let's buy Nipsey Hussle's products. So because I'm an entrepreneur, I peeped that out as soon as they said he's died. I knew that he needed to quadruple. They need to get more stock than they ever had before in their life. They need to order a whole lot of stock because people going to buy that shit up right now. People going to be buying. This is a $5 million week right now. Now, you think this is crazy. Nipsey Hussle died on a Sunday and people didn't find out till Monday. I guarantee you this Saturday and Sunday is going to be fucking bananas because that's going to be the first weekend where people can get off of work and go out there and look, which I don't recommend y'all doing that. Oh, we're going to break that down real quick before I get out of here. When people go and start standing there and they coming out in respect of our good brother Nipsey Hussle and they got they Nipsey Hussle shirts on and they Nipsey Hussle hats on and they Nipsey Hussle keychains and whatever Nipsey sold, they got sweatsuits on representing our good brother. Just know it's going to be some agents that been planted in the fucking audience whether they going to take off running and create a fucking storm of people running and now people going to get trampled or somebody may shoot a gun in the air. so that when you turn around and watch the news can report, look at 10 people been killed, 7 people was in the hospital, and blah, blah, blah. And we need to roll the tanks in and shut down this LA. We need to shut this down. This gang violence is too bad. And look at here, all the people who just got murdered over there in front of Nipsey Hussle spot. We ain't seen no bodies. We ain't seen nobody's in the hospital, but yet the news keeps saying it, so the rest of the world believes the shit. But ain't nobody going to the hospital to see. The hospital ain't on the news asking for more doctors to fly in from around the world because we just had this horrific violence in LA is erupting. You know, this is all the shit y'all need to be thinking about and looking up. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to all that stuff. So here's another twist on that whole story. They've been trying to provoke us so that they can turn around and come through here and burn this motherfucker down and kill the real estate values. Right now, the real estate is at an all-time high in LA, y'all. Real estate in California is at an all-time high. Remember, the wealthiest people in America live in the neighborhood where Nipsey Hussle shop is at. That's what y'all do need to know. The wealthiest black people in America lives in that neighborhood off of Crenshaw and Slauson up on top of the hill. So when they come down off the top of the hill, they get gas at that gas station next door to Nipsey Hussle's shop. They go to Nipsey Hussle's shop next door and get a haircut. They go to Nipsey Hussle's place and get food at that fish store next because that's their neighborhood. That's why it's so much drama about that shopping center. That's why it's so critical that we keep that shopping center, that we keep that area. But what did they do right now? Oh, and I want to kind of go into it lightly. That real estate is the most valuable real estate in California, and it's grossly undervalued because white folks want to come in here and buy it up cheap. So if they can keep killing people and murdering people, then you're going to believe that there's no value there. So you're not going to want it. You're going to want to move away, or you're going to want to sell your shit and cheap as possible because you want to get out of here before the shit really hit the fan because the news keeps telling you that. But in the meanwhile, white folks is coming in here buying this shit up dirt cheap. White folks are saying, I want to buy that shopping center. Or are they going to sell that shopping center that Nipsey Hussle owned because I want to tear the shit down? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? They're going to say, I want to tear that shit down because that land is prime real estate, what Nipsey Hussle owns. You see what I'm saying? That whole area is prime real estate. So they know that. So that's why they had to get rid of our good brother. But fast forwarding the story, family, it is so much deeper and so much more we can go into. But if you own land in that area, if you're thinking about being an investor, buy in that area. We need to buy that area because that's where Black Wall Street is. Crenshaw Boulevard that Nipsey Hussle got on his shirt, that is Black Wall Street. There is more black businesses on Slauson Avenue where black business owners own the real estate. Y'all hear what I just said? You have Crenshaw Boulevard, which is Black Wall Street, right? You got a lot of black businesses on that street, but maybe 40% of them own the building because they've been running them out of business because of the train. They running the train under Crenshaw Boulevard. But Slauson Boulevard, there is no train. There is more black business owners that own the building on Slauson than a lot of places. So Slauson is actually up under the wealthiest black community. All the wealthiest black communities that are in Southern California is off Slauson Boulevard or Crenshaw. Y'all hear what I just said? You can drive down Slauson and see some $1.7 million houses that black people own on a regular. You can go up, walk from Nipsey Hussle's shop, walk up that hill and see a $1.8 million house that black people own, family. Y'all hear what I just said? So y'all really got to understand the in-depthness of this. I can go in and keep on talking, but I got to go handle some other business, family. Y'all know I'll be doing my coaching and trainings and the risings and doing stuff like that. That's why I never really go live. But I took a little day off because I needed to say some things so that we won't make the bad decisions and we won't continue to fall for the okie doke. I told y'all to watch that movie Wag the Dog the other day, right? That showed they gave up a lot of game of what's going on out here, of how we're being set up and how they're trying to set African American people up. So somebody told me, say, TJ, they pulled that shit off the TV. They had to find it on the foreign TV, foreign show. They had foreign words on there. It was regular with the words, but it was being translated into foreign language. But it's no longer for sale on the black in regular TV, in where you can go on Netflix and find it in all these type of places. Look up Wag the Dog, family. Y'all got to search that shit out and find it. You know what I'm saying? Look up that movie. Go watch that movie Belly again, and let's chop it up and talk about that later. And y'all gonna say, okay, y'all gonna understand what's going on here. But anyway, family, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Y'all get my book and support your good brother, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Monetizing Gentrification, Thomas T.J. Lofton. It's called Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership. I'm having some book signings here in California. I'll be in California for at least another month. And I live in California, but I got some things coming up. I'll be at the Inland Empire. It's called IE Shades of Africa in Corona, California, April 27th from 2 to 5. I'm going to have a presentation and a Q&A and a book signing, family. African American Museum coming up on May 4th. I'll be in Pomona, California. All of these are 45 minutes away from Los Angeles, California. May 19th, 3 to 5, I'll be at, that may even be 3 to 6, but I'll be at Crest Unity Center here in Los Angeles doing a book signing Q&A panel discussion talking about entrepreneurship. Other than that, family, if you need coaching, if you need training, if you want to learn business, if you want to learn the game, if you want to really learn, if you see, I do mentoring, if that's the word for you, or I'm a Jegna. I can talk to you about the street life. I could talk to you about life, period. You know, people pay me, y'all, because we got a lot of celebrities. Let me break this down real quick. We got celebrities whose children, celebrities who living in big neighborhoods and got mansions, and their children growing up with the best of everything, but they want to turn around and go join the gang because it looks appealing to them. They want to be cool. They want to be different. So they're going to go off and want to hang out in Compton and LA. So people pay me to come talk to those kids. People pay me to come in there and talk and sit down and tell them what's really going on. So I also bring lowriders to schools and we talk about stuff like that. So people call me and I bring lowriders and come out to nonprofit schools or community centers and bring gang members with me or big OGs or whoever it is. And we all sit down and talk about stuff and let you know that it ain't worth it. So I'm just an all around kind of guy, family. How do you come from a hood dude to becoming a multi-billionaire? I can sit down and we can have that conversation because I got plenty of experience of friends around me that's doing it, that's living very well. It's just like myself. How do you become from a hood dude to a 6 and 7 figure a year earner in the auto empire, running a lowrider empire? Oh, I can teach you that too, family. So if you just want to know about how do you live, okay, you're about to come into a large amount of money and you need to know, family, we always talk about getting rich and getting wealthy and all of that, but we don't realize that it's a lot of responsibility with success. So it's a lot of things you need to know before you get that money. You know what I'm saying? And now I could teach you that game or teach you about how do you think about it. Just like I can go in and in and in. Do you know it's very common for a person who buys a Lamborghini or Ferrari to wreck that car like a day later after they buy it? That person who's been driving a car all their life, all of a sudden buys a Lamborghini and will wreck that car the very next day because they wasn't ready for it, family. It was things that they needed to know before they got the car that will let them know how it works. So it's the same thing with me in talking about life and business and making money. It's things that you need to know before you get there that's going to help you go broke if you don't have this information, and it's going to make you crash and burn. So I can turn around and teach you all of these things, family. If you come to me and say, TJ, I just took your video, learned off of your video on your Wealth Academy, and I want to take it deeper and take a training class from you and learn this 101. That's what I do, a lot of 101 stuff, y'all. I deal with a lot of people, you know, the Nipsey Hussle type of people, the Dr. Savies and all of these kind of people, celebrity. That's why I'm a celebrity coach. Y'all hear what I just said? You know, but I'm local and affordably, y'all. Don't think you got to be a millionaire. I like to talk to people who like to help people. Y'all hear that? I want to coach people who like to help other people. So I will always work with a nonprofit, always work with schools, always work with people like that because they are helping other people on large scales. So I can see my message going bigger. That's what this is all about, family. So anyway, I'll be out doing book signings. Get the book, family. If you want to order the book because you're not here locally in California, I'll be coming up in Louisiana, in Atlanta. I'll be back on the East Coast doing some things coming up in June sometime, May sometimes. I'll be back out of state. So if you wanted me to connect with me and bring me out to speak or anything like that, reach out to me and we can really go in depth on what's going on in Nipsey Hussle's life of entrepreneurship, what's really going on with that community and with real estate in America, because this shit going on all over America where they buying this land back, they taking it from black people and developing it and pushing blacks out. So if you want to learn how to reap benefits from that and know where to put your money at and plant seeds at, bring me out and I can speak on that. So when I get on East Coast, if you find out I'm in that area, it'll be a little cheaper because I'm already out there. But if you want me to fly out there this weekend, then you're going to have to pick up the fare, the airfare and all that good stuff. But anyway, family, reach out to me and let's talk about it because this is a lot of things we need to be talking about. And when we give these events, y'all, quit bringing out entertainers to come talk to these young black men. You know what I'm saying? Quit bringing out people that's popular and it's all about making money off of them because they unpopular and we're going to be able to make money and fill up the room. We need people who can genuinely answer a question because that's their background. I'm a gentrification guy. I'm a real estate guy. So when I speak, I'm very well versed in this. I don't have to generalize because I've lived that life. You want to bring in a person to talk about gangs and making money and transitioning into wealth. I've lived that life. I come from Compton, y'all. So I can come out here and talk about that with these youth or with you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to quit hiring people to come speak to people because they popular. Oh, well, he got 1 million followers, so I want him to come out and speak because he got 1 million followers. We're going to let him speak on gentrification. He ain't going to be able to tell you shit because he's going to generalize. He don't know how that stuff works. He ain't traveled the country. You see what I'm saying? And monitored gentrification and wrote a book about it. So why would you? Oh, he's just popular. That's why you bringing him. Oh, we want him to talk about these young black boys about how to make money. He don't know how to make money. He just signed a contract to from throwing the football. But you want him to come in here and teach you how to do business? This dude, he ain't made no money. He got one big check. He's a football player. See, that's where people go wrong and make mistakes and then wonder why are they still losing. And I'm not here to blast anybody else. I'm just here to say you got to get people who ask yourself this. If you are out here sick and about to die, do you want a doctor that's been doing this shit for 50 years? Or do you want someone who just said, oh, I just graduated this morning to come in there and work on you? I'm an intern here and I read all the books and I'm pretty sure I can do your kidney transplant or your heart transplant. Y'all hear what I'm saying with that? You got to ask yourself that. So quit bringing out people that look popular or got a bunch of followers to educate our people to fix the problem because these people don't know what the hell they doing and that's the fucking problem. Excuse my language. Anyway, that's why I better get off because it makes me a little frustrated thinking about it. Shantae, Erica Lane, how you doing? Shantae Canaan, Success Guys Money. Appreciate you, Erica Lane. Let me say hi to everybody. Hotep, whatever. Daniela, how you doing? Ronette, I will listen to more, good brother. Y'all check me out, ThomasTJLofton.com. Ronette, how you doing? Jay, real talk, I said the same thing. We need more people to give out good information, family. T Mayat, what's up? Big June, appreciate you. I don't necessarily get to see all these things, family. So if I missed you and I didn't say what's up, sis? If I missed you and I didn't get to say nothing to you, don't be mad. Langy Alanella, how you doing? Atumba. I am K, Untouchable. How you doing? I appreciate YouTube family. How y'all doing? I didn't get to see who y'all was. YouTube don't tell us. But I appreciate my YouTube people. So if y'all can share this video, please subscribe to my YouTube page. Share my Facebook videos. Share my YouTube videos to your page, into your groups. Share all my stuff. Like, subscribe, follow, share. I appreciate it. If y'all care, please share. I appreciate y'all family. I'm about to get out of here and get back to my business. I'm out.